Yeah, so we have one small breakout session because Ryan from China want to introduce us the Chinese Bitcoin scene, and it's quite interesting. It's only 5 charts and 5 minutes, and after that we have the last discussion on Bitcoin, and yeah, let's just enjoy the show from Ryan. 5 slides, 5 minutes, take the challenge, right?
Okay, first of all, thank you very much to audience. Actually, my presentation is not in a schedule. Yesterday and last week, when I have many talks to audience, we think it's worth to give only 5 minutes to give everyone a short and brief introduction on what's going on in China Bitcoin communities. Actually, the presentation is finished just 3 a.m. this morning, and after I talked to many influential Bitcoiner in China, they send me a lot of information they would like to share. Actually, I am posting every presentation. I'm take a picture and posting in the China social network, and they will forward immediately in China. So later on, I will also share the live stream in China. Basically, a lot of Bitcoiner in China, they are watching this summit. So I think this is pretty good platform to exchange the information across different countries. I'm so sorry. Is that okay? All right. So in my presentation, there's no serious talk. I just give one landscape on what's going on in China, and share 2 small stories that encourage myself as well as a lot of other people who joined the Bitcoin community. And last, I would like to introduce 2 big players. Maybe some of you will be in Shanghai in 2 weeks, so perhaps you will meet some of them. Okay, I will start. Everyone knows that by end of last year, there's a regulation in place in China. So the Chinese government attitude towards Bitcoin, let's say, is not the most positive. So there's a regulation in China said basically they're forbidden you dealing Bitcoin, exchange Bitcoin to the fiat currency. So this is explicitly said this forbidden. But in reality, in China, there's a lot of activities ongoing. Basically, there's exchangers, there's miners, there's people who provide financial services, and that's on. All right. So it's better with the presentation. I don't know. It will not come. Okay. So it's. Oh, okay. Is that okay too? All right. Okay. The 2 stories is one of the most famous guy in China. He was an English teacher, and he announced publicly, I think in 2011, that he owes more than 100,000 bitcoins at that time. And at the moment, he is a little bit low profit, and but he's still active, play a very active role in China Bitcoin community. At the moment, he gave a lot of investment to the startup company related to the Bitcoins. And he is one of the, let's say, motivation stories to the people who join the Bitcoin, because the English teachers have Bitcoin and become billionaires one day. So this is don't laugh at it. This is a reality in China. A lot of people join the Bitcoin. It's not about the technologies. It's about the stories. Like the in the morning, one lady shared that it's inspiring people in some way. When you can become rich one day. So this is the one story. Another one story is a guy, an ordinary guy. He sold his apartment for about 3 million RMB. It's not. It's about 300,000 euro, more or less. So he spent 1,000 euro to purchase Bitcoin at the price about 500 RMB. It's something like 16, 17 euro at the moment. And now he become the biggest miner in China. Actually, in my presentation, I would like to share some pictures recently posted. There is a huge mining factories in China. They're running in northern part of China because the weather is cold, so the maintenance cost is lower, and the it's huge. I cannot describe in English, but once you see the picture, you will notice how thick the power cable is and how big the factory it is. I'm sharing these two stories because this is a reality in China. A small group of people truly understand Bitcoin, what Bitcoin is, and they're doing things trying to move Bitcoin in China forward. And large people who joined Bitcoin do not understand. It's okay. All right. All right. So just quick through. So first of all, there's a regulation in place in China, but the reality is you can find a lot of activities moving on. Apps, media, financial services, blah 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 blah. And there's a lot of active player. That's the one. Actually, the first story I share with you, the English here is here. This guy. It's not very clear. Actually, he is smoking with 10 US dollars. After he became a millionaire. This is very iconic pictures. So a lot of people motivated by this one. And it's true. It's true. Let's take the reality. So this is another second one I mentioned about. He sold his apartment, become the biggest, one of the biggest miner in China. And here, the after slides is the he's doing basically mining in two ways: hardware business. He cooperated with some manufacturer in China to produce the miners. Also, he deployed his field in some part of China. Here is Shenzhen. The factory is near here, and most of his miners is around here. It's northern part of China, Neimenggu province, and at the early stage he deployed some factory there because he can find a cheap power supplier. So this is the pictures. This is one of the factories. Actually, this is a cooling system. This is something in the window and putting water down, put the water down so it can cool down the whole factory. And this is the cable I am just talking about. So you can see how big the power consumption it is. So this is the just quick through. And I've talked to these guys, and I also checked the mining factories here in Iceland somewhere. It is this is not look like as professionals as the manufacturers in Iceland, but since we are mining bitcoins, the hardware is not the key. Is not the case. The hash power that's the key, and the cost for mining is the key. And I would say in China, it's a huge difference. If you deploy mining factories in China, the cost for 1 kilowatts, the cost is lower than 0.1 US dollar, and it's getting less. It's getting less because of the volume. The people they are finding. I'm talking to this guy. They are finding more cheaper place who can.
Power. Is the cost for power rising normally if you're just paying the bill for electro?
Yeah, the electrical bill.
Yeah, it's rising. In Germany, because in Germany we're getting crazy because it's rising like huge. Like you pay double what you were paying 5 years ago.
That's
but
the
how's in China?
unit cost.
Yeah.
Unit cost is decreasing.
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 Okay.
Yeah. Less than 10 cents US dollar. 2 cents. Well, good to know that. I mean 0.1. 0.1. Okay. US dollar, yeah. Here is the opportunities. Things there's there's a heavy regulation in China. So a lot of good internet service is blocked in China. For example, Twitter, Facebook is blocking in China, and YouTube, Google is blocking in China. But it could be an opportunities for everyone as well. For example, in China we have our social network Weibo, Tencent. We have our online broadcasting service YouTube and Baidu. I mean, at least here is yes, the Chinese government attitude is not very positive, but still could be opportunity. At the same time, as far as I know, a lot of Bitcoin players in China, they are seeking investment, they are seeking cooperation outside China to put the development in China Bitcoin community. So that's why I'm here. So just give a general idea, and if you have any thinking of finding cooperation or investment in China, I will be the one you can contact to. And last but not least, just give a short introduction. In the last 10 years, I've been working in Huawei, one of the biggest telecommunication vendor in the world. And since 2007, I've been working dedicated for the Deutsche Telekom business unit. And this year, I work independently for Bitcoin. So I would like to explore the cooperation of opportunities between China and the European Union. And here is my email address. If you have any interesting, you can send me email. By the way, I took a nice picture for every speakers. You can send your email, and I will send you a picture back. Thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you for this short introduction, Ryan.